Enemies.
So when we got off those slave ships, who we sold to? So what did God call white people? I didn't write this. I didn't put it in there, none of that.
Right.
What did God call white people? Do you agree that they are enemies?
I mean, I see where they're nice people.
Okay, it's being nice. Can an enemy be nice to you? So, although they're nice to you, that don't change the fact that they're your enemies.
Right.
If anything, an enemy is going to be nice to you.
Right.
Like they say, your enemy is not gonna be straight up and tell you that you're an enemy. They're gonna try to be your friend.
Right.
They're gonna try to make it seem like, no, I would never harm you. Why do you think they put out these movies in the industry? Get Out. What's that? I forgot that. Django. Man, they put out Django, 12 Years a Slave. But Get Out was one of the top movies. They not putting that out there for no reason. That's what's actually really going on. So it might take you a while to accept it, but these are it.
Been battling with these demons, yeah, I'm supposed to fight. Trying to see where this life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
You a part of his people. You can't just live how you want to live. Read that.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 16, and verse 13.
Bring it out.
O ye seed of Israel.
Oh, ye what?
O ye seed of Israel.
Right? So Israel is the people of God. Now, where you going? You don't want it? Alright. You're an Israelite. You're an Israelite. You said what? What'd you say? What'd you say, sis? Where you going? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Y'all believe in the Bible? Yeah, she bugged out. That's all. She got experience on it. Nevertheless, hey, one that was never thought of have going in front. You heard that, brother? You're an Israelite, brother. You gotta repent and keep the commandments.
Right.
Alright. You got a question?
So, I'm sure you've seen the symbol before, this image. Is it biblical? What is the significance? Like all the animals and, Benjamin is a wolf and Ephraim is a unicorn or, I don't know, like a rhino and stuff like that. Obviously, Issachar is a donkey and Judah is the lion.
Right.
But what are these like symbols? Are they biblical?
Yeah, they put all of those in the Bible.
Would you mind breaking that down?
Yeah, let's go to Genesis 49. I mean, you really just gotta read Genesis 49.
Right.
Like, Issachar is a donkey, right? Why is he a donkey? Exactly. So, I'm gonna answer your question, but let me deal with this sister first. Benjamin is a wolf, right?
Yeah.
Why is he a wolf?
I have no idea. I haven't read that.
The way they raven with the prey. So, the way they spoil, the Maroons spoiled the colonizers when they came over here. How you doing, though, sis? You believe in the Bible? You do? How you know what we out here teaching?
No, I just walked up.
Now, have you read the Bible before?
Not in full, no.
Okay. So, have you ever heard about the Israelites, at least? What you know about the Israelites?
Not much.
Not much? Okay. The Israelites, like we was explaining to another sister, God has a favorite people on earth. So do you have a favorite pair of shoes? Outfit you might like to wear? So God, if you didn't know, God actually has a favorite people. Right. He has favorites. All throughout the Bible, God has favorites. He favored Joseph, all right, out of all of his brethren. God favored Moses, Mordecai, Esther, Daniel. So God actually has a favorite people.
Right.
The favorite chosen people of God are the people on his signs.
Right.
So I'm assuming that you identify as American black, African American. Now, who called us African American? Where did that term come from? You don't know? Our oppressors gave us that term.
Right.
So nowhere in history before 1619, nowhere in the Bible, there's no other place where God or somebody else gave us that term African American or black other than our oppressor.
Right.
Now, should we go with what our oppressor called us? Does that matter?
No.
It don't matter. Because if I call you black, if I make up something and just call you black, even though you don't have black skin, even though there's no landmass called black, there's no language called black, there's no flag called black, that doesn't matter. So a lot of this stuff in this society doesn't matter. But us as humans, we care about what so much of what people think about us. We're not actually truly living our purpose. Our purpose is what God called us, sis. So let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6. So if you didn't know, you're not actually black.
Right.
Do you know what black means? It means dirty, evil, void of light. Every time you call yourself black, even though that you have brown skin, you call yourself black. I mean, dirty, evil, void of light. When we're better than that.
Right.
So read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
Have what?
Have chosen thee.
So the Lord chose us. When you look at these people, the Puerto Ricans, West Indians, Haitians, Dominicans, Native Americans, Mexicans, don't we dominate everything we do? Who can cook better than that? Right. Sports, dancing, right? Singing, right? God has created these people to be genetically and spiritually superior to everybody else.
Right.
I mean, you just see it. There's certain people that God created that can't stand in the sun. Right. There's certain people that when they stay in the sun, they increase and wax greater. So read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right?
Above all people.
It says what?
Above all people.
Now let me ask you this before we read on. Do you believe everybody on the earth is created equal?
Like from birth?
From birth. What you mean by that you don't believe everybody's created equally?
Like, are we born at the same level? I feel like some people have more resources than others.
Not necessarily that, but don't matter who you come from, what race, ethnicity, we're all the same. Because America has this concept of that we all bleed the same.
Right.
All right, we all have red blood. We're all the same.
Right.
Nobody is less than a human than me. So I'm asking, do you believe in that concept?
That we're all equal?
We're all equal. We're all, even though we're not.
Yeah.
Even though society makes known that we're not treated equal as we should be. But even if we was treated equal, do you think that we still all equal? We all bleed the same. I mean, we all eat the same.
We all eat the same. We all bleed the same.
We all walk the same. You believe that?
Yeah.
All right, now read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, what are the Israelites?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So God said these people are better than every other race on the face of the earth.
Right.
So that goes against what the society has said. That means we're not all equal.
Right.
If I naturally am talented and I do something better than somebody else, I mean, I can't be equal. Now, I might not want to make this person feel bad, so I won't just be boastful and say I'm better than you. But truth is, certain people are better than other people. And certain people, they excel in certain things that we don't excel in. Every nation has their strengths and their weaknesses. But God said we're better than everybody else. How you feel about that?
Feels nice.
Now, in America, we told that we were on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
We're nothing but niggas, slaves.
Right.
We would never be nothing. All right? You would never have as much money as me. All right? You would never be anything. The whole time in the eyes of God, we're already born better than everybody else.
Right.
Now, how do we get on the bottom? Do you know? Because we used to be kings, priests, princesses. In the ancient world, used to be a princess.
Right.
You used to have on a long dress. Whether you believe it or not, you've been on this earth before, according to the Bible. So in your past life, whether that was BC times or even 80 times during the medieval times, you used to have on a nice dress, all right, precious earrings, jewels, all right, riding upon a horse. Our men used to be kings. They didn't used to sag their pants,
Right.
or kill each other or sell drugs to each other.
Right.
So how do we go from that to slaves to now we in America? Just how would you say we living as a people?
Just living.
We just living, right? We gonna show you how do we get lost all of that. Give me Daniel 9:11. Because you believe everything happens for a reason. And every decision that you make has a consequence. Whether that's good, every decision, a wise man once told me, every decision you make is either life or death. Read that.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Ye all Israel have transgressed thy law.
It says what?
Ye all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Now our ancestors made a blood contract with God. Do you know what they said in that contract? They said, God, whatever you tell us to do, we're going to do it.
Right.
So God said, okay, I'm going to give you laws, statutes, commandments. You have to follow these, and we signed that contract.
Right.
God gave us certain laws like no worshiping other gods. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Keep the Sabbath day. No tattoos. Don't eat the pork. All right. No smoking. No doing this and that. And our ancestors broke that. So then you have said we have sin. Read on.
Ye all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Right.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
It says what?
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
Because in that contract that we signed, that our ancestors signed with God, if we didn't keep these commandments, God said he will put curses on us.
Right.
If we kept these commandments, God said we will be blessed.
Right.
We didn't keep the commandments. Right. So God has cursed us now. This is where you get generational curses from. Right. Generational curses just don't come out of nowhere. Right. No, God does everything. A lot of people don't believe that God is controlling everything, whether that's good or evil. God has evil to happen as well. He's not just all good. The Lord can throw evil on you in a second. He can also throw good on you, have you to prosper like this. So he cursed us. Read on.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
See that? So we sin against God. Now some of these curses, give me Deuteronomy 28.
Delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
What's a curse?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Right, what do that sound like? A random person, the same community that you come from, they come to the same community as you. Maybe same neighborhood, went to the same school, same struggle, have an evil eye toward you. Just hating on you for no reason. You said what?
He's a hater.
A hater, right? But that's a curse. That's an actual curse, sister. Right. Because we hate on each other, right? Yeah. But we're not hating on the people that hated on us. Right. You don't see us just going around hating on Chinese people or Arabs. Why do we only hate on each other? Right. Are we supposed to uplift each other? If this brother accomplished something, I'm gonna say, hey, congrats, bro. Keep working hard. Right. Alright, don't give up. I'm not gonna hate on him and try to do something to him because he got something that I don't got. Or because I'm jealous. So we hate on each other. That's a curse. God made us have an evil eye toward our own brother. Read on.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
Right? How do we treat our women nowadays? That's good. From the relationships that you have been in, have you been treated how you're supposed to be treated?
I mean, no.
That's a curse system. Now, we're not going to talk about, how the women treating the men right now. Because it's the same way, it goes both ways. But, it's a once upon a time, we treated our women, how they should be treated. Accordingly. Alright, now, we might beat our women, smack them upside the head.
Right.
We make songs about our women. Right? I'm going to hide this girl, pass it to you after the Alright? Let's go on this 2-man real quick.
Oh.
We're going to have this 2. You got to take one for the team. That's off. That's somebody's sister.
Right.
That's somebody's daughter.
Right.
And we doing that type of evilness to them, that's off. We're talking about a 2-man.
That's mad.
Toward the wife of his bosom.
Right.
And toward the remnant of his children.
And what?
And toward the remnant of his children.
Right, what do you think this Israelite man is going to do to his children? Now, the Israelite man is the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American man. What are we most known for when it comes to our children?
The black man.
Yeah. Do we take care of our children? Are we in a household? Do we make sure Alright, that's great.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
He's going to take care of the children.
Which he shall leave.
That's a curse, sister. Did you have your father growing up? That's a curse in the Bible. That the fathers would not be in the household. I'm going to make sure that the father leaves. Alright? This for not keeping the commandments. Give me verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, I know you said you haven't read the whole Bible. Have you read Exodus? Okay, so the Israelites, we used to be slaves in ancient Egypt. So this slavery right here, you know about this slavery, right? This is not our first slavery.
See that?
We used to be slaves a long, long time ago in ancient Egypt, around 2400 BC, 2200 BC, right? So God said, I'm gonna bring you back to Egypt. That Egypt represents slavery. Because we built the pyramids over there, the Sphinx. You can look this up. This is history. The Egyptians had Hebrew slaves.
Right.
I'm not sure if you heard that term. I've been working like a Hebrew slave. That's where they get that from. Right. We were those Hebrews.
Right.
Read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, slavery, read on.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How do we come over to America? On ships. This is in the Bible.
Right.
This is in the same Bible in everybody's church. Alright? This is the same Bible that nobody's picking up and reading. They're saying, no, I'm not reading that book. This is the same Bible that they saying that's not true.
Right.
It's made up. It was written by a white man.
Right.
It was written by King James. Read on.
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right, you won't see your homeland again. We haven't seen. Do you know what our homeland is? It's Israel. We're from Israel. We're not from Chicago. Where you from? Right. Houston. We're not from Houston. Down Wisconsin. Gary.
Right.
Right. Indiana. We're not from that, man. We from Israel. Right. Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You shall be what?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when we got off those slave ships, who we sold to? So what did God call white people? I didn't write this. I didn't put it in there, none of that. Right. What did God call white people? Do you agree that they are enemies?
I mean, I see where you're going, they're nice people.
Okay, it's being nice. Can an enemy be nice to you? So, although they're nice to you, that don't change the fact that they're your enemies.
Right.
If anything, an enemy is going to be nice to you.
Right.
Like they say, your enemy is not gonna be straight up and tell you that you're an enemy. They're gonna try to be your friend.
Right.
They're gonna try to make it seem like, no, I would never harm you. Why do you think they put out these movies in the industry? Get Out. What's that? I forgot that. Django. Man, they put out Django, 12 Years a Slave. But Get Out was one of the top movies. They not putting that out there for no reason. That's what's actually really fun. So it might take you a while to accept it, but these are your enemies. And the people of your own nation, they're your friends. But we so messed up that we think our own people is our own enemies.
Right.
Alright, that's my ops. You from the next block over you, that's your ops. Our real ops is the people that put us in slavery, that still having us in slavery.
Right.
Sister, these people don't care about you at all. Now, they might be nice until those true colors come out. Alright, you gotta precept, bring it up.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 10.
Bring it out.
A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Right? So, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Alright? So, I'm not sure. Do you believe they're your enemies? You think you don't? Alright, why would you think that?
I mean, as of right now, I don't have
You don't see it.
I don't have deep belief about my day-to-day isn't hustling with a white person.
Yeah. I mean, my day-to-day is not tussling with a white person either. But I still know that these people, I understand who my enemy is. I understand who my master is. They say that the best slave is a slave that don't know he's a slave. So let's say you walk around thinking that these people are not your enemies. They know for a fact that you're their enemy. They know that already.
Right.
They set up things to oppress your people. Like the prison systems is set up for our people to be in there for a reason. It's called systematical oppression. So whether you might not believe they're your enemies, they know that they're your enemies.
Right.
That's why they try so hard to keep you and your people on the bottom. I'm not trying to discourage you or anything. And in society, I'm not sure. Do you have a job? Well, obviously you might have a job, but what's your field that you work in? Flight attendant. Okay. It's only going to be a certain amount of cap where they can say you can only make this amount of money before you have to sell out. If you don't sell out, you're not making this money. And this society is set up for you to disobey God and serve Him. This is a godless society, sis. Give me James chapter 1. So even if you don't think physically they're your enemies, which they are, because God is telling you to, on a spiritual level, they're your enemies. Anything that's not of God is your enemy. These people are not of God.
Right.
Don't they say in God we trust in America? Where's the justice at? Don't they say peace and justice for all? Where's the justice at?
Right.
But it's, you know, Sonia Massey, sister that got shot in Springfield. You never heard about that?
Yeah, exactly.
She got shot in the head. Unjustly. Alright. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Where's the justice at? Trayvon Martin. Emmett Till. They say his people was from Chicago. Did Emmett Till ever get justice? And the woman that came out, she even said that, guess what? I didn't whistle at her. So, the facts are there, yes?
Just had the brother about like 2 weeks ago, he just got found in Carolina.
Yeah.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, still in some certain states they still hang certain people. You got some, yeah, you got sundown town. When we was in Arkansas, Little Rock, you had that's a sundown town in certain areas. So even when we was in Arkansas, we couldn't just go to any area. If we go to an area, we might get. So read that.
It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Right?
Whosoever Therefore will be a friend of the world.
Will be a what?
Will be a friend of the world.
So if you're a friend of this world, you know what?
Is the enemy of God.
It's the enemy of God. God has enemies. Like we literally have enemies. Like as a nation of people, we have enemies. God has enemies that He's gonna destroy in the latter end.
Right.
Give me one more precept, and I'm gonna finish this out. Isaiah 66:6.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 6.
Look it out.
No. A voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of the Lord that rendered recompense to his enemies.
To his what?
To his enemies.
So God has enemies. Jesus Christ has. Do you believe Jesus Christ has enemies? So sister, they have enemies. What makes you think we don't have enemies?
I would say we don't have them.
Alright, so who are our enemies if we do have them? I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm stating the facts here.
No, you can.
That's all we do. We state facts. We don't have opinions. We don't say, well, you know, I kind of feel like this. We state facts. We just let you put the facts together. So sis, if we do have enemies, who are they? Who are our oppressors? Not just the white people, but you have other races that oppress us as well. The Chinese people, you had, who you think built the Great Wall of China? This is history. They actually have African slaves that was gathered over there during the Tang Dynasty that built up the Great Wall of China.
All right.
Arabs had us in slavery. You had something called the East Indian slave trade and the Sub-Saharan slave trade. That's why a lot of our people are in Muslim, because they have to get down with the Quran or they will be put to death. In Christianity, if you didn't believe in Jesus Christ, white Jesus, and read certain parts of this Bible and be a good slave, you'll be hung on a tree or burnt on a cross. In Roman Catholicism, you'll be burnt on a cross if you didn't believe. So a lot of this stuff was forced against us on our oppressor. It shows that there are enemies. So read on in that, Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 68. Bring it out.
Look.
And it reads, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The latter end.
Right. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies,
Right.
for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So we gonna be bond men and bond women, slave men and slave women. No man is gonna redeem us.
Right.
But Christ himself when he come back. So we will always be underneath these curses until Christ comes back. That makes sense. So what should we do now? After you hearing all this information, what would you say is what should we do?
Obey the commandments.
Yeah, obey the commandments. As the Israelites do. Again, we're not black. That was a lie. We're not African American. None of those things. It's a lot of lies America has put out here. Santa Claus, that was a lie. I used to believe in Santa Claus. I used to believe in, did you know St. Nicholas was actually, you had a man by the name of St. Nicholas.
I remember that was his name. I don't know if St. Nicholas is Santa.
You had St. Nicholas, and you had, I believe his name was St. Pete. But they were dark-skinned people living over there in Europe. It's actual history. So these were so-called black men during the Holy Roman Empire. So it's a lot of lies out here. Santa Claus with the reindeer, all of that's a lie. Tooth fairy, celebrate your birthday spirit, Christmas. Christ wasn't born on December 25th. That was a lie. Halloween is not in the Bible. Easter is not a day where you just find eggs. It's lies to that. So what's best for you to do is to take out the lies and start learning the truth.
Right.
The truth is we should start obeying the commandments.
All right.
Now, as many curses in Deuteronomy 28, I'm gonna let you read that on your own when you maybe get home. Read that whole chapter. But what commandments should we keep? Because believe it or not, it's more than just 10 commandments.
Right.
You didn't know. So what commandments do you know?
Gluttony.
Okay, gluttony. We'll throw that one in.
Okay. There's lust, there's greed, there's too much pride.
Right. Those are the good. I mean, we haven't. Nobody really say those.
That's where I'm at.
You know about the Ten Commandments, right?
I know about it. You shall not steal, you shall not kill. There's no honor.
That's not covet. Honor your father and your mother. No other gods before me. No adultery.
No bear false
Keeping the
witness.
Sabbath day. Huh?
No bear false witness.
Yeah, don't bear false witness without your last day. Don't take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Give me Exodus 20 and 8. But you have some called the Sabbath. All those you could keep. Alright? Don't steal, kill, lie, honor your mom and your dad. Don't worship any false gods. Don't take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Thou shalt not covet. You could keep those. No adultery. But the Sabbath day, a lot of people don't know about the Sabbath day.
Right.
The Sabbath day is.
That's what I did.
That was another lie. Sabbath day is the seventh day of the week. What's the seventh day of the week? Read that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day.
But the what?
But the seventh day.
And today is the seventh day. Technically, yes. Because you might look at the clock and say, well, hold on, it's 7:47, still Friday. But how they tell time and how you truly tell time and the time that they give us is incorrect. They say a new day begins when it's 12 p.m., right? Biblically, when a new day begins is when the sun goes down.
Right.
So even unto even. Give me that in Genesis chapter 1. Give me verse 4. The Lord said even and even next day.
This book of Genesis.
The day begins when the sun goes down.
Chapter 1 and verse 4. Bring it out. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day.
See that? So the day starts when the evening goes down. To the morning, that was the first day. So the day begins when the sun goes down. Before we had the Apple Watches and the iPhones. What iPhone you got?
15.
15. We didn't have an iPhone 15. Alright? We didn't have clocks. We would be able to tell the time just off the sun. Alright, we see the moon coming up in certain specific areas. Alright, it's about 9 p.m. Alright, so we see the sun in the middle of the sky, we know it's 12 p.m. The sun is setting, I automatically know that's around 6, 7 o'clock. Maybe 8 o'clock depending on the seasons. So we was able to tell that before all this technology came and destroyed us all. So today is the Sabbath day. Do you know the do's and the don'ts on the Sabbath? So on the Sabbath day, we can't work. So do you work today? A lot of us work on the Saturday. But on this day, God said no work. Because God created everything in 6 days. On the 7th day, he rested. So he gave us the Sabbath day and said, guess what? Y'all gotta rest on this day. I'm resting. So sister, what's gonna happen is when you start really believing in God, it's gonna cause you to make sacrifices.
Right.
That's gonna show if you truly believe in God or if you was just pretending all along. So once you learn this information and start applying it, now God is gonna truly test you to see, are you really gonna serve me?
Right.
Or are you gonna make an excuse? Right. Say,
real.
well, my job, I have to work on this day. My job might fire me. You think God cares about you keeping your job? God didn't create you to keep your job. He created you to serve him. So this is where the sacrifice comes in. Now, luckily, you're able to get this Sabbath day off. All you got to do is talk to your job and say, I'm an Israelite, right? We believe in the Bible, and according to my beliefs, we can't work on this thing. And they have to abide by that. They can't say, well, no, you have to come in. I'm not sure about the rules in Houston. It's a federal code. You have to get this day off. There's certain Muslims, they have to wear their turban. There's certain tribes, you have to have nothing on your head, but they could wear their turban. They could pray at 3 p.m., read the Quran at certain times, right? Keep Ramadan, right? And fast. Amazon give you a whole Ramadan day off. But we can't get the day off for the new moon.
Right.
So you can actually keep this. You might want to talk to your job. But it's no working, no buying, selling, cooking, cleaning. None of that. Everything has to be done in those 6 days. You have something called the preparation day, which is the day before the Sabbath. Give me that in Mark 15 to 42. So you want to get everything done in those 6 days, so when the Sabbath day comes, you're straight. You can read on that day, pray, go outside, meditate in the works of the Lord, and rest. You know, you might be tired during the week, working hard. So read that. 15, 42.
It's the book of Mark chapter 15 verse 42. And now when the evening was come, because it was the preparation, that is the day before the Sabbath.
The what?
The day before the Sabbath.
So you have a preparation day. That makes sense. That's the rules on the Sabbath. All right. Now you got many more commandments. You eat pork. Eat pork. You eat shrimp, crab, lobster. God gave us a dietary law. In Leviticus 11 and 7. So
11 and verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Because the swine has attributes of a clean animal. It has the little hard bottom at the bottom of his feet, and his hoof is split at his feet, but it don't chew the cud, meaning it don't properly digest his food. Read on.
He is unclean to you.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
Read on.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
It says what?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Right.
And their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
So you can't even touch the pig. It's a sin to eat pork.
What else you do with it?
So now that you find that out, you stop eating pork.
I will try.
You try it. Okay, all praise to the Most High. All right. Definitely try to stop eating it because it's not really as important. Like,
I don't need it.
yeah, you don't need it. And then you got substitutes for it. Do you like bacon? Is it? Yeah, you got turkey bacon like this.
Right.
Bacon. Have you had beef bacon?
Never had beef bacon.
It's crispy. It get crispy. It get crispy. Other than turkey bacon,
Canadian bacon.
it get crispy.
It don't make you feel bad.
Yeah, Canadian.
That's analysis. You had lamb bacon?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna say this. It's 10 times better than the pork bacon. And it's healthier. So you get quality taste and better health benefits.
Right.
Because that pork bacon, right now, you might be alright. But about 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that pork will start to kick in.
See that?
You might get gout, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all of that. And now, next you know, it's over with. Alright? Read on to that.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales. Whatsoever have fins and scales.
Right?
In the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Right, so whatever has fins and scales, we could eat those things in the waters. Yes. Do you know what has fins and scales? Fish?
Yeah.
And so, shrimp don't have fins and scales. Lobster doesn't. All of those animals are the sea roaches. Those are the roaches of the sea. So they help. God created those animals to clean up the oceans. So when we eat those animals, now the oceans are dirty.
Right.
Now they're polluted. Right. Now the earth is trash. Right. Now we messing up the whole earth. All because we not keeping one commandment. So these commandments get deeper than just not eating things. is reasons to why God says certain things. So, do you really like the shrimp? And a
It's
lot
not
of
even shrimp.
crab.
No, it's crab.
It's crab.
But you know, I hadn't had it in a while. We can let it go.
Oh, praise.
praise.
Alright, crab. We had a brother literally that loved lobster so much. He said, I'm not gonna stop eating lobster. Only way I'm gonna stop eating it is right before price comes back. Like the day before, then he's gonna stop eating it.
Right.
Another day.
All right.
That's the point. He said right before price comes back, then I'm gonna stop.
See that?
Yep.
See that?
Oh, it was a brother last week. He said,
They do the same thing. They come from the same family.
a brother last week, he literally said that the only way he'll stop eating pork if you give him $100 million.
Who finna just do that?
Our people is crazy.
It's like $100 million.
So, again, this is what God said is a commandment. Now, do you smoke? Now, let's get to the dress code. Right, 1 Timothy 2:9 and give me Deuteronomy 22:5 and Exodus 22:16.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9.
Yo.
And like manner also that women adore themselves in modest apparel.
And what?
In modest apparel.
You doing?
With shamefastness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
So, women and men have dress codes that God gave us according to the Bible. Now, God said modest apparel, which is a dress. But we finna get the law and clear that up in Deuteronomy 22:5.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Right, so what is something that pertains to a man that a woman wears? Yeah, that's right.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now shall a man put on a woman's garment, which is a dress. One.
For all that do so.
For what?
For all that do so.
What God say?
For all that do so.
Read.
Are abomination to the Lord thy God.
So it's an abomination if different sexes wear what the other sexes wear. That's like me with a dress on. I'm coming out here with a dress and we teach the Bible. You're not gonna take us seriously. I'm not gonna be classified as a man. A real man of the Lord is not gonna put on a dress.
Right.
Same thing with a woman of the Lord. She's not gonna put on pants. Pants has a history. You know the history with the pants? Pants was created, I believe, what's that, 1878?
19.
About the 1880s when it first dropped. But it was popularized through the 1900s. Same thing like African American. That term African American, a lot of brothers don't know that actually started in the 1800s. But it was popularized by Reverend Jesse Jackson in the 1900s. So it was a point in time where women never wore pants in history, ever. Alright, now they had undergarments, but they wasn't walking around with booty shorts, pants.
Right.
What are women wearing now? Crop tops.
Right.
They wear the little pants that make you behind kind of pop out. So our women never wore that.
It didn't even start getting popular until the years progressed, like in the 1930s and 40s. That's when it started becoming more popular. As a whole, women wear pants.
They're around 1851. Yeah, they don't. Our women don't even wear pants no more. They wearing everything but pants.
In St. Louis, there was that short skirt.
They wearing these short skirts. They behind all of them. And then say, man, they do nothing. Why man not treat you with respect? Sister, you don't respect. I'm not, me personally, I'm gonna have respect for a sister because I believe in the Most High.
Right.
But I'm not taking a woman seriously that's wearing that type of clothes. Right. I'm not really gonna respect you like that. Like, it's gonna be like a, it is what it is. And that's just me as a man of the Lord. Right. How much more for the men that don't know God? or don't even have respect for the Most High. So if I have respect, but it's little to none, how much more for the men? These men are not going to respect you guys at all. They're going to just use you for sex and on to the next. But they're going to go cuff Becky and go get them maybe an Asian. I'm just being honest. Why? Because our women have lost their feminine spirit. Right. The pants was designed to put a masculine spirit on. All throughout the 1900s. They designed pants. Feminist movement came about.
Right.
Prison system got opened up. Crack got put in the neighborhoods. It was all designed to take the man out the household, so now the woman could be the man.
Right.
And that's what you have a lot of women that try to be men, and they wonder why certain things are not working out. So does that make sense? So would you be willing to put on a dress?
I love dresses. I'm not wearing one today, but
okay,
I usually wear it daily. That's my uniform, you know.
Alright, so you want to, the more dresses you get, the more pants you want to eliminate. So you have no more pants at all.
At all.
Alright, now give me Exodus 22:16. Do you have a husband? No. You still want to bring this up though.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 22 verse 16.
Bring it out.
And if a man entice a maid,
boyfriend? Are you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed,
right,
and lie with her,
so if a man lies with a woman that doesn't belong to another man,
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
He shall what?
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
That man has to now be financially responsible for this woman. That's now his wife.
Right.
So a lot of people say don't have sex till you get married, but according to the Bible, sex is marriage.
Right.
The moment that you have sex with that person or lay down with that person, in the eyes of God, you are now married to that person.
Right.
Y'all cannot separate. What God had put together, no man could put asunder. So, we're not gonna get into that, but I'm assuming that's your boyfriend. You have to be with him for the rest of your life. There's no such thing as breaking up. There's no such thing as a divorce. Especially for a woman. A woman can't divorce a man according to the Bible. Now, a man can divorce a woman if she commits adultery, fornication, but you can't put him away. So you are now bound to him as long as he's alive. Now, if he's dead, you can remarry to a man of the Lord. But as long as he's alive, you're bound to him. That's the person for the rest of your life.
Right.
All right, now you can now get a divorce. So you could say, well, one day I don't feel like being with this person. I'm gonna file for divorce. All right. Where did Sarah divorce Abraham at? A marriage, what a lot of people don't know, a marriage is gonna have ups and downs. That's what's gonna come with it. That's a part of the marriage. But marriage is a business. So although things are not working out in your favor, you have now established a covenant to be with this person forever.
Right.
So things went good with that. That makes sense? So, that's your husband if you didn't know.
So he breaks up and I called and
I mean, that's why you gotta get a man of the Lord.
Right.
Because I'm not sure if he's in the truth, but you want to tell him about this information.
Yeah.
And once he start, repenting and, coming to this truth and now going about this thing the right way, he can handle it the right way. But if you get a wicked man in the world, I mean, he can do anything. Alright? He can go get another female. So you gotta deal with it. You can't eat. So that's why you want to choose wisely, who your significant other is. That makes sense? Alright? So these commandments, we went over, those are what you call the starter pack, the basics. The milk. We do encourage you to read. Do you read the Bible? Yeah. All praise. So we do encourage you to read from Genesis all the way to Revelation. Right. Front to back. That's going to help build up your understanding. Turn this sound around, King. Now, Jesus and God, right? What you have been taught about them, majority of it has been lies. All right. Jesus Christ, according to the Bible, he's a so-called black man. He's an Israelite. His father, God, is a so-called black man.
Right.
The angels in the third heaven are black.
Right.
Everything is in the Bible. All of these things in the Bible. So did you know Christ was a black man?
Jesus, I know the wool, you know, that's the person. Do I know his race? No.
Christ was an Israelite. You give me Hebrews 7:14. Christ was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. He was a Jew.
Right.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14.
Bring it out.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah,
Right?
of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
So Christ came from the tribe of Judah. Alright? Now, Christ would be a so-called black man. He had hair of wool, skin of bronze. Alright? Here you go, right here. One description is not in the Bible. The other description is totally in the Bible. Alright? Give me Daniel 10 and 5. Actually, Revelation. Yeah, you get Revelation.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it out.
His head and his hairs were white like wool,
Right?
as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right, so Christ had woolly hair. We all know what people have woolly hair on earth. Alright, his eyes was his flame of fire, fulfilling a prophecy in Genesis 49. Christ also drank wine, because he was stressed. Alright, Christ had gray hairs. That's why his hair was white like wool. Alright, you gotta think about it. He knew the exact, second, millisecond, day, hour that he was gonna die. Man, what if God showed you exactly how you're gonna die and when you're gonna die before it happens? You're gonna be kind of stressed.
Said he was sorrowful unto death.
Yeah, he was sorrowful unto death. He was a sad man. Christ wasn't walking around saying, "Hey, how y'all feeling today?" Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, he wasn't doing that. He was thinking about a lot of things. He was in his thoughts a lot.
Right.
All right, sorrowful, saying, man, crazy. He's just thinking about life, man. Not really saying it. Christ probably never said a word like that. Anything he came out of his mouth was probably a parable, and that was it. The rest of the time he was quiet. All right.
Austere.
Yeah, he was austere. So read on. Christ didn't smile like that. He rarely smiled. So read on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
And his what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
You know what color brass is?
Like bronze?
Bronze. Now, is your feet the same color for the rest of your body?
Yeah.
So Christ had brown feet. Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
As if they what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
So take that bronze and burn it. What color is it gonna be?
Red. Red? I don't know.
If you burn anything, what color is it gonna be?
Oh, black.
Very dark. So Christ was a very dark-skinned man.
Okay.
Now, if Christ was dark-skinned, what do you think God the Father is? What do you think his father was?
Some dark skin.
Dark-skinned as well. Give me Daniel 7 and 9. Alright, so why would they put up a white image of Jesus Christ?
Oh, when it gets to those?
Yep. The verses? Yep.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9.
Bring it out.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
And the what?
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
So that's another title from God the Father. The Father and Jesus Christ are not the same. They're totally different. The Father is greater than the Son. Alright? There's no such thing as the Trinity in the Bible. It's not in there. So his name is the Ancient of Days because he's before time. You said what?
I was saying Ancient of Days.
Yeah, Ancient of Days. He's before time. He created time. He doesn't have a beginning or an end. Alright? Read on.
Whose garment was white as snow,
Read on.
and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
And the what?
And the hairs of his head like the pure wool.
Right?
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Right, so he had an all-white garment on and a hair of nothing but pure wool. Alright, and around his throne was nothing but fire and flames. Read on.
A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him.
Right.
Thousands minister unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
Right.
The judgment was set and the books were open.
See that? So you had nothing but millions and millions of angels worshiping him, and the books and judgments was open and set.
Right.
So this is a now we're not saying this is what they look like, but this is a depiction of what's described in the Bible. At the top you have the Father, you have Christ, and then you have man and woman. So this is the order that God has set up. Alright, now read it. Now we're going to show you who this man is, because that's the actual man that walked the earth. If you didn't know. His name is Cesare Borgia. Yeah, Caesar Borgia or Cesare. He was the son of Pope Alexander VI. You know about Leonardo da Vinci? He had sexual relations with Leonardo da Vinci. So, not only did he have sexual relations with Leonardo da Vinci, but he slept with his sister. So he had incest with his sister. Leonardo da Vinci, with his own sister. Leonardo da Vinci painted Caesar Borgia, and they set that image up as what God is during the Renaissance period. 38.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 13, and verse.
Bring it out, bring it out.
First Maccabees, chapter 3, and verse number 48.
Bring it out.
And laid open the book of the law.
So what the heathens have done, our enemies, when they sacked us and destroyed our temple, they took our books, they laid open the law, they read it. Read on.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So all the images that was, you have something called Russian icons, which is, if you're able to get a hold of that book, it's a great book. But that would be on a Russian icon right there. Alright, this is a painting of, what's that, the Holy Roman Empire? Right, this is a painting of the Messiah and the angels during the Holy Roman Empire.
That's right.
Now, that would be in the Russian icons, which is nothing, during the time of the Holy Roman Empire, you had nothing but so-called black people ruling Rome for 1,000 years. So, you had images of all being black, Moses, King David, King Solomon, Daniel in the lion's den. It's nothing but biblical images, all was painted to be so black. So, yep, this is it right here. All of these, Jesus Christ is painted to be black, angels.
That's in Russia.
Yep, that's in Russia. They know who the Pope has all that information. But the Pope knows Jesus is black. We don't know that. Alright, the Pope knows who the true Israelites are. We don't know who we are. So, what they did was they took all of the images, even during the images that was set up during the time of the Roman Empire, they knocked the nose off. There's certain images they got the nose knocked off. They knocked the nose off. They changed their eye shape a little bit, and they said these men are now Caucasian. And that's how everything changed. That's why the word Renaissance means to be rebirth. All right. What happened is they changed everything, and now it's a new beginning. So that's how that image came about. Read on.
The heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. They brought also the priest's garments and the first fruits and the tithes and the Nazarites they stirred up, who had accomplished their day.
So they took everything from us. They took our gold, our Nazarite. They have pictures of ancient Nazarite men with the vow. King Solomon's gold, all of that is took. The menorah, all right, everything was took. So that's Jesus, his real name wouldn't be Jesus. The letter J wasn't invented until the later 1500s, early 1600s. His real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Right? Which means he saves, because that's what he came to do. He came to save his people. Alright, the Father's name is Yahweh, which means he is or he exists. So in the Hebrew, all of our names mean something. What's your name?
London.
Londale, do you know what that means?
It's London, like the city.
Oh, do you know what London means? So a lot of our names, we don't even know what it means. Alright, so do you have any questions?
I think questions. I think homework.
So what?
I think homework, not a third question.
Give me Acts 17 and 11. Right, you definitely want to do your homework and conclusive research, because you don't just believe what we say.
Right.
Take what we give you and actually look these things up for yourself. Because I can come out here, I can say anything I want, even though we are providing, but still make sure you search this up on your own. Read this.
It's the book of Acts chapter 17 verse 11.
No.
These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily.
And what?
And searched the scriptures daily.
You know what?
Whether those things were so.
So you got to see whether these things are true. You got to search out these. Now that's something that our people don't do, is we quick to always believe somebody else.
Right.
You know, so-and-so said what? And they automatically believe. They don't even know the whole side of the story, what really happened. So we encourage you to search these things out. We got a YouTube channel. Elder, we'll get a flyer.
He got some.
Just in case you forget the commandments. So we got the basic commandments. Like we said, it's more commandments. You know, no tattoos. I don't think we can over that. Tattoo, you have any tattoos? Plan on getting any? Alright, no tattoos. Are you into horoscopes and like zodiacs? Huh? Yeah, you don't want to be into the zodiac. You know, I'm a Pisces. All of that is witchcraft. Even holidays, you celebrate your birthday.
I say happy birthday. I celebrate other people's birthdays more than my own, but that's what I think.
Now, do you know what a birthday is?
The day that I was born, that's all. I know that.
It is the day that we was born, but the term birthday, and I'm pretty sure they all say happy birthday to you, and candles and cake and stuff like that. All of that goes back to Satanism. So Satan, you have a book. You have a book of Satanism. It's like I forgot the guy's name, but he basically said